This is Robin with Horror Pop After Midnight. I'm at the HorrorHound Film Festival here in Indianapolis. I'm here with filmmaker and writer Jake. How's it going, Jake?
I'm doing good, Robin. How you doing today?
Pretty good. Let's talk about your micro horror comedy short, Code Dead.
Yeah, so like Robin just said, Code Dead is a horror comedy, or maybe a comedy horror micro short film. It's only 3 minutes long. If you like horror comedy, I highly recommend checking it out. We'll probably release it publicly here soon. It's about a guy being chased by your stereotypical masked killer who's walking very slow, and he tries to get into his apartment but fumbles with his keys, quote unquote, more along the lines of a code to get into like a smart lock, while the killer's coming up the stairs slowly. So Robin got to watch it here recently, seemed to enjoy it.
So this was filmed at your apartment complex.
Yep. Yeah, we filmed it at our apartment. Really spur of the moment. Me and a buddy were just messing around with the camera, and we're like, hey, you want to film something tonight? So I called up my buddy who owns some sound gear. I'm like, hey, you want to come do sound? We're making a thing. He's like, sure. So within a few hours, we had a short film.
Now let's talk about another film you're not allowed to show yet until you show it at where are you showing it at?
So if you're familiar with the 48-hour film project, it's one of the oldest, most popular, time-sensitive film competitions in the world. It's been around for about 20-plus years in over 150 cities around the world. We competed this last year in the Atlanta competition, and we won Atlanta. Our film is called Snatched, and what happens if you win a 48-hour film project is your film proceeds to the next round, which is called Filmapalooza. And you compete at Filmapalooza representing your city, and you compete against about 150 other cities from around the world. This year it is being held in Lisbon, Portugal in March. So our short film Snatched is not allowed to be shown anywhere until it is shown at Filmapalooza in Lisbon, Portugal, like I said, in March. And then afterwards, if we move on from there, we also still have to keep it private. But if we don't hit the top 5 or top 10 from there, then we get to release it.
So is there any other projects you're working on?
Yeah, so right now we have a short film that we're filming here at the end of the month here in August. It's very Tarantino inspired. It's not really horror, but there is a little bit of blood, just as Tarantino does in his films. Very, very red blood. It's more of like a thriller, action, crime, very Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction inspired. So that should be really fun. And then we also have a feature film in pre-production right now. We're about to start writing the script. We have it basically plot pointed out and everything, and that should be more along the lines of a horror thriller type of movie that we could definitely submit to these types of festivals. So that one's going to be really fun.
Now let's talk about your one film you're thinking about putting on YouTube for everybody to see, as well as the film festivals.
Yeah, so Celeste, my girlfriend and co-owner of Simpatico Pictures, which is our production company, we made a very Scooby-Doo inspired short film called Susie Q, Where Are You? That's in the festival circuit right now. It's played at HorrorHound. It's played at Days of the Dead. That one, once it's done in festivals, we'll probably release it on YouTube, I would assume, for the Scooby-Doo fandom. Show them your tattoo. This is one of the guys that would definitely love to see it. I like to describe it as almost as if a Scooby-Doo episode from the 60s, like if you take the 1969 Scooby-Doo cartoon, took an episode and made it have a baby with the movie Dazed and Confused. That's what we made. So the original idea was kind of like if the 1969 Scooby-Doo was a live action movie or show, what would that look like? You know, set it in the 60s or the early 70s. And because the live action Scooby-Doo that we got was set in the early 2000s in modern day at the time. So I thought it would be really fun to see what it would look like if you took that and did it that way. So it's really fun. I can't wait for you to see it and for all of you to see it as well.
So where can everybody find you on social media? What you guys going to be doing next?
So right now we are Simpatico Pictures on Instagram or Facebook. You can find us there. Our website's in construction right now, but it is public, so you can go to simpaticopictures.com to check out some stuff. But like I said, it's incomplete. It's a website in the works. And then also my name, Jake Kopronica. I know the last name's really hard to spell, so just look up Simpatico Pictures. That one's easier.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. Appreciate you.
There you have it.